Do you smell that, mother people? That is the smell of a new house. And it is very, very echoey in here. I can hear myself like I'm in a cave. Hello, hello. It's actually kind of like a cave in here. It's like my man cave, but it's really my office. I want to give you a little tour. Check this out. I put a bunch of blankets right there and like fabrics. I know it looks kind of bummy, but it's for the sound. And the reason why I want to get the sound good is I want to start doing lives again, and I want to start doing some sit down and in-depth talks again, aside from the vlogs like this. So for all of you who's been watching, and if you've been waiting for those again because you miss me having lives, beaming my friends in, beaming you guys in, it is here. Look at this. Bam! Okay, we got this quick little equipment thing here that we call the setup for the podcasting, okay? I got my standing desk right here with the monitor. Oh my God, I'm so excited because work is play for me, okay? Look at this, I never had nothing so fancy before. It's a stand-up table, I got it for $170 on Amazon. No, seriously, I always wanted this. I know I could have bought it. I don't know why I never freaking bought it. But I did, and I fucking love it. I love it because I love working standing up, because I somehow end up standing up anyway. If this was my table right here, I'd be sitting like this, and then I'd be like, all of a sudden I'd be standing up and I'll be working like this. So it's pretty good. $30 chair from a Walmart, pretty good. I used to be a tagger, but now instead of writing on walls, I write on chalkboards about my life, dreams, goals, my business, my keeping my mind clear. This is how I deal with my ADD, all right? So I am a out of sight, out of mind kind of human being. I think I have the memory of a beta fish, not a beta male. Well, actually, beta males are kind of smart motherfuckers, so maybe I am a beta male. If you're talking about an angelfish, that's what I'm trying to say, okay? A beta fish. They're vicious, they're beautiful. They're like Prince. They'll fuck you up with basketball, but they look elegant. I'm like a beautiful fighter, but I fight with my mind and my heart and not with my fists. Although I can, because I know karate. I like to say karate because it sounds better than MMA and jiu-jitsu and all these things because it's too cool. Maybe I'm a master of a non-violent art such as Tai Chi. All you old schoolers remember Kung Fu, the legend continues. That fool used Tai Chi and he fucking chi'd the shit out of his enemies. I don't want to bore you, but this is what I gotta do. This is the shit I gotta fix for my house. This is shit I gotta get. This is my day right here. I fucking woke up at 6:50 and it takes me 2 hours to set my mind right. 6:50. Gotta do my fucking breathing, my Wim Hof breathing. I gotta do my exercise. I like to dick around on Instagram. I factor all this in because I wanna be fully awake and aware when I'm out here and I'm doing my thing. 9 a.m. to 10:30, I'm doing deep, put your butt to sleep work, okay? That's the shit that's like high level, mental, like, oh my God, I have to focus on one thing and I gotta make sure that this shit is done right, like writing a book or something like that. But that's not what I'm doing. Right now, I'm extremely focused on opening up Jumbi in Hawaii, okay? It is all on my shoulders. Nobody in this whole entire world except for my two great partners, my cousin Greg and David, so you guys know who they are. If you please join our Instagram, actually, it's Jumbi Waikiki. Even if you're not from Hawaii, just if you want to see what we're doing, just join us there. And who knows, maybe when you are on a Hawaiian adventure vacation, you can come visit us when the store's open. This is gonna be one of my actual stores. I know we have multiple locations. This is gonna be me, David, my cousin, my family, all of us getting together. And as one, as Voltron, we're gonna come together, connect the dots and the pieces, and create our store. We're in the phase of construction, hiring a contractor, in the building, all this stuff, okay? Our project got delayed by a year for various reasons. corruption for one. It's funny that BJ Penn was recently on Joe Rogan speaking about the building department's corruption in Hawaii. Man, the FBI wiped out like half of the people in there. It was so crazy. And what used to be a simple, maybe 12-week process turned into a 12-month process. We were actually supposed to be open by January. It's been a complete mess. But you know what? For me, I'm a survivor, okay? Quoted by Beyonce, the wise philosopher of today's century. I am a survivor. I will not give up. Something try harder. I forgot the lyrics. If you can't avoid it, and if you can't stomach it, stay away from the corporate world. Take it from me. If you could find a fucking way to be a complete simpleton such as I. So for me, I get to dabble into working with corporate peoples. I get to dabble into it, you know? And not all company cultures are the same, but all I'm saying is when it gets to the top, when it gets to higher money, when it gets to all that shit, there's a lot of fuckheads and assholes in this world, in the professional world. And it's kind of ironic because they call it professional, but there's nothing really professional about professional people, goddammit. Me, I'm just used to being around entertainers and a bunch of fucking overly emotional people, and it's just a different culture, is what I'm saying. Aside from that, I'll have a whole video going off on a tangent about corporate life, which I am not a part of, but I get to see. It's like a zoo. We get to look into that world and go, yeah, damn, that's fucking soul crushing. Not all corporations, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I think I have to find a better way to define the differences, because not all companies are made the same, and not all people are made the same. But you guys know what I'm talking about. If you ever experience what I've done, there's just bad apples in everything we do. And some of them, you want to grab them by their necktie and pull that shit, and hopefully they have a clip on. So after my deep put your butt to sleep work, I'm gonna go on a fitness adventure. I'm gonna work out because I'm gonna have all this energy just built up, this tension in my soul. I'm gonna go out there. Me and Hannah like to go check out the girls working out. She always goes, hey, look at that girl's butt. She always spots the best butts, and I go, damn, that butt is fucking hot. But to be a good man, you gotta remind your woman, you're still fucking hot. You're hotter than any other girl out here. And then also, if you guys haven't been noticing, her body's being so fucking banging these days. Oh my God. And I'm the kind of guy that's like, no, please dress seductive. Please show the world how hot you are. And then she's like, what about this outfit? I'm like, hell no, don't put that out there. Don't put that out there. That shit's for me. But I like to also at the gym unwind and go into the sauna and sweat my balls away. And the thing is, I kind of feel a part guilty because I'm not working at the barbell brigades, all right? And Bart and Jill, they also have a gym in their garage, and we were using it for quite some time. But they live like 30 minutes away from me, so it's kind of difficult. I'm very close to like 3 gyms here, and they have a hot sauna. So sorry, Bart, you don't have a hot sauna at Barbell Brigade. Don't send this to Bart. So after that, we have a beautiful lunch or breakfast. I think it's a breakfast because you're breaking a fast. And I am intermittent fasting. Yes, I don't eat from the hours of 9 p.m. to 1 p.m. So that's 9 p.m. yesterday to 1 p.m. today. That's a 16-hour fast. It's been doing wonders for my stomach, my mental health, and on top of that, I like to eat. Breakfast is one of my favorite meals, all right? I like to go to diners. I eat like pancakes, waffles, Mexican breakfast, Hawaiian breakfast, good old-fashioned American diner breakfast, beans, eggs, tomato, English breakfast, Japanese, every single breakfast you can think of, I think is my favorite part of the day. But what ends up happening is I eat this marvelous breakfast and then I go right back to sleep, which makes me one of the most unproductive human beings on planet Earth. And then I wake up from this glorious nap and I said, wow, this is what retired life is like. Why don't I do this more? And I repeat this every single day until I gain 10 pounds and I go, hold up, I am gluttonous. And I did this excessively. And although I am very joyous, you know what ended up happening is I did nothing this whole entire week but just eat and sleep. And now I'm sad. And it turns into this whole fucking drama where I gotta start working out, all this stuff. And then I start getting sick and I snore and I choke in the middle of the night because I got sleep apnea and shit. So I get to eat breakfast, but at 1 p.m. And I don't even eat crazy like I used to. I eat salad. Aren't you guys proud of me? I eat fucking salad. My goal in my life is I never had a six-pack since I was 14 years old. And you know what they say? Skinny dudes with a six-pack, it's not right. It doesn't count. You look malnourished, homie. I don't think it counts because you're not a soccer player, or as the British say, a football player.
I would like for you to see the Exhibit A and Exhibit B. Shoes should not belong here.
We should be responsible adults and probably put our shoes somewhere like on a shoe rack or maybe in the front or the back door where shoes kind of belong. Why is it here? You're living with artists. It's gonna drive you crazy because I do consider myself quite the clean guy for my standards. And Hannah's very clean as well. She's really, really clean. But there's times in our lives when we can be a bit of a scatterbrain. When you're zeroed in and focused on certain things, things just get scattered. Why? We could blame it on time. We could blame it on disorganization, but I like to blame it on prioritizing. What is this drinking water bottle doing when we already have water? And what are these boxes doing? It's been quite some time now since we moved in, about 2 weeks. Boxes? I don't know. Yoga mat? Yeah, because in the morning, I open up that blind and I get sun, baby. This whole house, still not furnished. And oh, I haven't even got to start to show you guys right here. This was our first office, luxurious dining situation, you know, and two of the most luxurious chairs. I got it real quick at Home Depot because we didn't have anything here, nothing. I mean, I could have pulled out all that furniture they left for us right there, but I like to do things in luxurious style. You know what I'm saying? So here's the deal. As soon as we buy this house, I get news that Hawaii is ready to build because all that pressure from the building department finally opening up, people are just getting pissed, they're fed up, okay? A lot of people are like, yo, man, what's up? I need to open up my business. I need to renovate my business. You're not allowing me to build my dang stuff so I could, in turn, give you guys tax revenue. What's going on? So I buy this house, and a week after, I find out, oh shoot, I'm only gonna be living here for a couple months and I'm right back to my other pad in Hawaii. Now, I'm not complaining. This is great news because I get to build a business. I get to live my dream out. But isn't it kind of weird where I get a place and I can't even build it? Well, I can, but I don't even get to live in it yet, okay? It's like I bought a new car and I just had to park it in the garage. So here's the thing. I don't want an empty house just sitting around doing nothing. My friend actually bought a home. It's being built and it won't be built until October. So him and his wife, they're gonna be using this place and they're gonna be keeping it safe. And it's gonna be a lovely dwelling spot where there's life here and it's not gonna sit empty, thank goodness. But the other absolute different cool thing is that now my dreams are becoming a reality. I get to work with my friends closely and my family members on a day-to-day basis in a new frontier, in a new place, Hawaii. If you guys have been watching our vlogs, like when we first went out there, you followed the journey, all the memories we made out there. At the end of that trip, I would watch David's vlogs, Bart's vlogs, my vlogs, all of our vlogs that we created in Hawaii. and see the different perspectives. And those were some great memories. And every single time I went out there to visit family and all this stuff, I always had this dream, like, I gotta stay here longer. Every single time my trips went from weeks to weeks and close to like months, you know, like it got longer and longer every single time. And more frequent too. It went from once a year to 4 times a year. It all built up to this moment of like, okay, I wanted this lifestyle where I'm doing something of purpose out there. One of my favorite things to do is build businesses with friends, but also use business as a vehicle of giving myself to the world. You could give something that you're passionate about, something that someone can enjoy, you know, and in my medium is a drink. My medium is consumable because a lot of people can enjoy delicious drinks and delicious foods. And also, it's a place where we can generate income to give back to communities that I care about. One of the things we're definitely gonna do is be a part of the beach cleanup, all the keeping Hawaii clean. Like, I use the land, I use the hiking, the beaches, all that stuff. And so like we do our small part so when we leave, we get like a little bag and we grab everything up and then we throw it in the trash. But I'm like, how can we do this on a bigger scale, you know? And through the business, through funding, through that, and through joining up with other organizations, totally possible. And I use that as a vehicle to get into the world and access the community. This is exactly what I love to do on a day-to-day basis. And if I could simply put it, it's finding a collection of people that I care about, friends, right? And joining forces to achieve a goal together. And in my circle, it's always been something related to a business. Like, hey, let's get together and create this company. Let's get together and do that. Because at the end of the day, like, what is a company? Good company. And although on paper, it's called a corporation, full circle now, going back to complain about the corporate world, whatever. We are a corporation. All of these businesses are corporations, but each company has a culture. Everything out there, whether it's religion, an organization, a karate club, whatever, there's a culture behind it. How people treat each other, what people are driven by, what their goals are, what their values are. I think it's very difficult to blanket them into one thing and call them good or bad. There's so many like minute details of what makes things good and bad. But for me, I think that even though some things can be bad, you can be a part of the movement who go into it and fix it. Because the idea of business to me isn't inherently bad. I think it's great. I think it empowers people. I think entrepreneurship brings people out from poverty. That's one of the greatest ways for people to achieve something that they want. Like if you have a dream of making a surf shop, there's a lot of ways you can realize yourself and your passion and how you can, you know, include yourself into the world and give back. Finding a way to feed yourself, your family, making an earning, and on top of that, abundance, like being able to not just fork out a living, but give jobs, give opportunity for people. There's so many things that can be generated from being an entrepreneur or opening up a business. And I think a lot of great things come with it, but it's always up to the person to make the right decisions, and hopefully they have a good moral compass. Right now, a lot of people, I think, are really resentful of like CEOs and stuff like that. Super understanding. I don't like a lot of these money grubbing motherfuckers either. There's a stigma that comes with getting too big or being a part of a major corporation that, you know, just so happens to be tremendously successful. It's like, I don't really know these people. And so it's difficult for me to judge, but at the same time, it feels fucking good to talk some shit. What I'm talking about is more so on like a community small scale. I really don't know what happens behind those boardrooms or whatever. All I could speak about are the experiences that I've had with certain people. With different levels and stages, there's also different cultures and languages. And what I mean by that, it's not like ethnicities. I'm saying like in every organization, yes, there's one culture, right? There's one vibe to it. There's one mission, there's one goal, there's how, there's a way how people treat each other from top to bottom. But in each department, there's also different cultures, right? Like if you're in film, you got the guys that are more like the gaffers and the blue collar dudes that are more like, physical, right? And then you have the actors who are like, super emotional and expressive, and each department has a different vibe and a different way that they treat each other and all this stuff. This is what I hope, is that most people getting into this stuff, they're doing it out of the desire to build something great, to give to the public. What I'm hoping is somewhere along the journey, myself and others alike don't stray away too far from the original idea. And as long as they can maintain that, I think we're gonna have a really good world. But I could only speak for myself, because this is the vision and the mission that I have for myself. All of it is generated through a strong desire and through a strong passion for me to go out and share my ideas with you guys and share my fun and share my laugh. And if I can make a little dent in your life and give you a little smile, or give you some enjoyment, whether it's through, oh, I love this drink, this is good, and you start off the day really well because you had a hot cup of matcha or a sweet, delightful drink, treat yourself. Oh yeah, today's pretty good. Or you get to see one of my videos and you laugh your ass off. And one of the greatest joys that I have is like when people say, oh, JK News or JK My Childhood. I remember I was going through a tough time, and then I watched the video and boom, I feel so much better now. I don't want to kill myself anymore. You wouldn't believe how many people I guess I saved from suicide. Because, and this is fucking funny, because a lot of other comics and YouTubers, we talk about this shit all the time, where like, it seems like there's always someone every year that's like, I was about to kill myself, but I watched your videos, I laughed my ass off, and I didn't fucking do it. And I'm like, that's intense, bro. Shows and tells me that there's a lot of hurt, sad people out there. It's been a long time being on YouTube and being an entertainer. I guess I'll talk about this next time and have a whole story for you guys, but it's basically what keeps me going on, regardless of the view count, the likes, the dislikes, the comments, whatever. Because ultimately, I just feel like as long as I can give something out there and people will receive it and they're enjoying it, and basically if I could see myself giving in a way where people find, hey, you make an impact. Oh, it's so cliche to say that word. Why am I so millennial? Oh my God. But it's really true. It's like, I've been there where I'm making money and I make more than I need to. And, it's always fun. It's a game. It's a goal. Don't get me wrong. I'm not afraid of it. Everyone talks about this, right? Like, oh, money doesn't buy happiness. Money, money, money. It's true. It can't be the only thing that drives you. It can't be the only thing that wakes you up in the morning and does stuff. I think in order for us to be truly fulfilled, we need more than just one thing that drives us. I would say if I had to talk about the bad parts of business and capitalism and whatever, I think the number one thing would be envy. It's always someone else that has something better than you, right? You're looking at Instagram or you see someone else's success. And I think all of us has to wonder and go like, well, what am I not doing right? Like, what am I not doing well that they have this and I don't have that? I should have that already. I'm this age. I feel behind, whatever. Everyone, I think, has those thoughts, unless you're a fucking narcissist and you see absolutely no flaws and you never question yourself and you're always right or whatever. But for the most of us, we do have these thoughts. And even for me, like, where I can't afford a lot of the things that I go, oh shit, how come they got that and I don't got that? I do have those thoughts as well. But the way I manage it is to remember at the end of the day, did buying all this other stuff get me to a sense of fulfillment? Because it's a never ending goal chasing cycle. What I had to do was try to figure out what is enough. I mean, right now I have more than enough. That's for one. But two, Like, what are other things that keep me going and keep me feeling great? And at the end of the day, we're chasing a feeling. We're chasing satisfaction. We're chasing the feeling of being settled, right? Like, a lot of the times, like, people just want to pay the bills, and you don't want to be in this fearful state that you're gonna run out of money and you can't take care of yourself and your family or whatever it is. You're chasing the need to feel like you belong somewhere, like you want to fucking fit in and you want people to accept you and you don't want to be rejected by a community or anything like that, right? So a lot of these things, I think we're wired somehow to think, oh, if we have that hot ass girl, life would be better. If we have that loving relationship that is like a movie fucking romance, everything would be better. I think a little bit of that is okay because it's what drives your primal urge, and desire is a strong motivator. I think it gets toxic when it's never satisfying, when you even achieve it and that's not what you wanted, because I think ultimately the thing that we want is not what we're chasing. It's that you'll learn it along the way, but sometimes you need to chase it. Like, for example, I've known a lot of my friends who are in the fitness world, they just wanted to get ripped because they wanted to get girls, or they just wanted, you know, to be complimented, or they're tired of looking at themselves in a mirror or whatever. But it came from a vain way. Like, no one goes into fitness going like, you know, I want to be the healthiest, most, you know, longevity life. You know, like no one really goes in there with this virtuous way. Like, oh, I want to be rich so I could give it all away. Like, people don't do that, right? People are like, I've been poor all my fucking life. I want a Lamborghini. I want to treat myself because I never got good things. I had all the shittiest versions of everything, you know, and sometimes that is a great initial motivator. Through the journey, you gotta transition into something else. Like, once you learn your reasons, and I think that this is the beauty of life, is that you get to the point where you learn a lesson and you go, oh fuck, so yeah, my desires weren't the best, because I learned that even when you obtain it, that's not what I really wanted in the first place. Once I figured that out, I was like, okay, all these goals and dreams and things that I wanted, they're just external things that I can obtain. And it doesn't fucking matter, it wears off. So I used to take the idea of materialism and only apply that to physical things. Like, where, oh, you buy the next car and the next car and it's gonna go away. And I got it and I understood that clearly. But it also goes with so many other things, like achieving target points in business. You can't satisfy an emotional distress through obtaining something that you think will make you feel better. That is temporary, that's a band-aid. Simply put, a new car isn't gonna fix your childhood trauma. That's the best way I can explain it, is like, a lot of people are masking their emotional pains with these dreams and goals that once they get it, it's not gonna satisfy all the things and trauma that they went through. That's a separate thing. Those things are completely different. But I think a lot of the times we get it mixed up because you see the fucking gold, right? You see the glimmering thing and you go, oh shit, that's what'll make me happier. Expressing yourself through business and going through that route and finding a sense of accomplishment, that will build your confidence. Yes, that will help you move forward and believe in yourself, and you'll feel good about that. But a lot of the times, what I see when people are getting into this cycle of obsessiveness, that has way more to do with people controlling their anxiety levels, just dealing with interpersonal shit, maybe going through therapy, right? That stuff is basically the balance that I believe has to happen. But for me, I need things beyond just a monetary reward. So ultimately, I think what I'm doing here is looking back into my history and speaking to my younger self. Now, some of you guys are my age, maybe even older, but by spirit, when I say my younger self, I'm thinking about that guy that was looking for answers, thinking like, this world probably has more. I just don't know what it is. Fortunately, there's YouTube, and there's so many people out there that have different lifestyles and ideas and whatever. But for me, I wish there was someone that basically told me like, hey, it's okay. You don't have to follow these constructs, and you don't have to feel so bad that the world is telling you you gotta live a certain way, and you just don't feel that that's the right way to live. There's so many alternatives to how you want to live and grow and love and breathe. All throughout my time being on YouTube, I think combining all the insight and things that I've learned and packaging it and giving it back to you guys, whether it's in a funny form or any observation that I make, anything that I see, and I go, you know what? You guys might benefit from these thoughts. Now, I don't know freaking everything. I think that's what drives me and gets me going forward, is to combine the funny stuff, but also the things that I learned and the things that helped me. If I could just roll that back out here, and if it helps you guys, I think that's the whole thing that keeps me going, is the sense of relief. Maybe that's what I've been doing, right? Is through comedy, through JK News, through videos or whatever, and even through my businesses, is like, I like to give joy. Giving joy, giving people laughter, giving people insight, ideas, motivation, inspiration, just giving that energy out there. Whew, it's a great freaking feeling. And to know that you guys are still watching and going like, yeah, man, this to me, it speaks to me. That's living for me. That's freaking awesome. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to go and do a whole reconnector, chat with you. Might do these more often, not too sure. Just a whole ass stream of consciousness. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoy these kind of videos where I just go off and I just talk to you for quite some time. It's not really a podcast. It's more like a vlogcast, I guess, or like a brain dump. I don't know what to call it, but I just want to talk. A little bit different from my usuals, but we'll see. Let's experiment. Let's just play around. Till next time, guys. Peace.
Chuck E. Cheese for my birthday. 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 Birthday. Chuck E. Cheese birthday. Chuck E. Cheese for my birthday. Chuck E. Cheese for my birthday. Chuck E. Cheese for my birthday. Birthday. Chuck E. Cheese.